healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. If you'd like to support my show and get help growing your houseplants, check out my Patreon below. Today I'm going to answer a question about the best length of a plant stem for propagating cuttings. And the question was on a video where I showed you how to propagate just about any houseplant using rooting hormone, and I showed you using this beauty, which was originally a very small cutting. This is a gorgeous goldfish plant. I will link that video below so you can see the process as to how I got to this point. Okay, so Kari, the viewer, asked, what's the ideal length for a cutting, or does it matter if there are a couple of nodes, referring to root nodes? Root nodes also are stem nodes. So if I were to remove one of these leaves, there will be a bump underneath, and that bump right in that area contains auxins, which are plant growth hormones, and that is what you put the rooting hormone on, and as I said, that's in the other video. But I do want to cover Kari's question about the ideal length of cuttings for rooting, because it is very important. Because you want the cutting long enough to ensure new roots and growth, but not too long, which can cause the cutting not to thrive. So my rule of thumb for how long the cutting should be does involve how many nodes the cutting has. You want as many nodes as possible within the cutting. Ideally, the cutting should be at least 2 to 3 inches long, but generally not longer than 4 to 5 inches. Now, when you'll see in the prior video, this one was about 2 inches long when I started it. So that is a really good 2 to 3 inches in there is a really good length. And as mentioned, not longer than 4 to 5 inches long. The reason you don't want a cutting that is longer than 5 inches is that when the new roots start to form, the leaves along the cutting are going to need water to thrive. But the roots forming will also need water. The more leaves you have, the harder it will be for the plant to form roots and begin growing, because water will be going to the leaves to support the leaves that are on that cutting. The cutting won't necessarily not form roots in this situation, but it will take longer, then the plant may not be as strong from the get-go. And if the roots do dry out at any point, because the water is going to those leaves, then the cutting is going to die. You might be thinking, why not just cut off all the leaves so you don't have to worry about it? Please don't do that. The plant needs those leaves to photosynthesize and provide the growing roots with energy to continue to grow, and actually in the beginning to grow in the first place. You don't want a bunch of leaves, but you do want 2 to 3 leaves on a cutting for that vital photosynthesis. And you will see that I left leaves on this cutting when it was rooted in the prior videos. So there you go. The best length for a plant stem for propagating new cuttings is 2 to 3 inches long, with as many root nodes as possible along the stem of that cutting. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And please check the bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are released.